M1 Global presents.
It is M1 Challenge here on Showtime from the hangar in Orange County in beautiful sunny Southern California. And we are set for our middleweight co-feature between Artur Guseinov of Russia, the sandy Southern California beaches, a welcome respite from the bitter cold winters back home, and he'll take on Pacific Northwest product Tyson Jeffries.
I am very happy to be here in America, and I want to thank M1 for the opportunity, and I hope it will not be my last visit to the U.S. I hope to come back often.
I love it down here. You know, it's the West Coast. It's my own time zone. You know, I'm just excited to, West Coast, is enjoying myself, and I enjoy the people. Everyone's really nice, and it's great. And, I have no complaints about being in Southern California.
My opponent is a good fighter. He is not as strong at punch as he at wrestling. For me, I am comfortable standing up or on the ground. I am good at both.
I predict this fight just, with me on top, laying down a whole lot of leather until he gives up an arm or a neck or whatever he gives me to let me finish the fight, because I tell you what, there's not going to be any quitting me this time. I'm just going to go in there, lay it into him hard, take him down, ground and pound the hell out of him, and just get after it.
And now joining us to the ring, standing at 6 feet 1 inch, weighing in at 184 3/4 pounds, with a record of 7 wins, 4 losses, with 6 wins coming by way of submission. Here's a freestyle fighter representing Team Quest from Troutdale, Oregon, introducing the anti-hero, Tyson Jeffries.
So Tyson Jeffries, waxing poetic about the lifestyle here on the West Coast and having braved another Toronto winter pad and visited family in rainy Vancouver. What's not to like about sunny Southern California?
I do love the weather here in Southern California, but I'll let him keep the traffic.
Yeah. Well, Jeffries is trying to navigate his way through the traffic of the middleweight division, and of course, a fourth cousin, as we mentioned, of a former world heavyweight boxing champion, the Great White Hope, James J. Jeffries. Well, it only makes sense that Tyson Jeffries got into combat sports, coming off a loss in his last fight, but against a guy in Magomed Sultan-Akhmedov, who, many people are very high on this foreign fighter.
Yeah, I mean, Tyson Jeffries has a ton of ability. He's very young, very inexperienced, but going up against Sultan-Akhmedov throws heaters the entire fight. Jeffries admits he came in with a poor game plan, stood up with a guy he shouldn't have been striking with at this point in his career, and ended up getting finished by Sultan-Akhmedov, who is an explosive striker. Feels that he can come back tonight, though, has a better game plan.
Now, his opponent tonight is actually a guy who holds a win over Sultan-Akhmedov.
And now joining us to the red corner, standing at 5 feet 9.5 inches, he weighed in at 183 1/2 pounds. His record: 7 wins, 2 losses. Here's the Muay Thai and Sambo specialist from St. Petersburg, Russia, introducing Artur Guseinov.
Artur Guseinov, a very exciting fighter. We've talked about his proclivity for the head kick knockout, although he's coming off, back-to-back defeats. He's a guy that tried MMA to improve his already well-rounded martial arts skills. His parents encouraged him to study karate at the age of 6, and now looking to make a career in MMA. And as we mentioned, a guy who loves the kick knockout, but as we can see, needs to work on his submission defense.
Yeah, definitely the submission defense is his weakness, as proven in his last 2 fights against Asaev and Favorante. In his last fight against Favorante, they really had a war. It was a back and forth thing. Here he is on his back, was able to turn Luigi off at him, end up on top, coming after him, and they ended up actually having to go to an extra round, and that's where Favorante ended up taking his back and finishing him with the rear choke.
I don't want to throw you under the bus, Pat, but I am Italian. I just called Luigi Fioravanti's last fight, so just work on that for me, okay? But let's go to the tail of the tape for this middleweight matchup.
Tyson Tyson Jeffries, 4 years younger, only 22 years old, 3.5-inch height advantage, 7.5-inch reach advantage. You know Jeffries would like to use that for the takedowns.
Here we go with middleweights in the ring, ready to go. 3 5-minute rounds. Our referee in charge of the action is Herb Dean.
Bell and round one. They touch gloves. Jeffries with the blue tape. Guseinov with the red and immediately gets taken down by Jeffries.
Yeah, this is what Jeffries was looking for, that mistake by Guseinov, so he can get that takedown and get this fight to the ground.
And immediately into side control. Cross-facing Guseinov's face. There's some knees to the body. Listening to his corner is Tyson Jeffries, fighting out of Team Quest, located, well, he resides in Troutdale, Oregon.
See Jeffries, the all-important underhook on the far side. If you want to keep somebody on their back, you got to keep that underhook.
There you go!
And there's the full mount being achieved by Jeffries. Guseinov trying to buck and roll. Spending energy from the bottom, but being controlled here by Jeffries, who now turns him towards the center of the ring. Smart move.
The explosive striker on his back mounted. Not a good place to be for him.
Now danger of giving up his back. Oh, backdoor escape, and Guseinov unloads on Jeffries, who immediately cinches him in close, going for the guillotine choke. Knee to the top. Referee Dean admonishing Jeffries for grabbing on to Guseinov's shorts, but now a series of knees trying to get through the blocking of Guseinov.
Looking for a snap down here, probably. Throwing those knees. Guseinov's a very good job of getting out of. Oh, my goodness.
Mamma mia! That could be the knockout of the year right there! Wow!
Oh, my goodness.
I think Joe Buck, Dad Jack Buck once said it. I don't believe what I just seen. Unbelievable.
Oh, man. That spinning back fist was faster than a jab. That was sick.
Wow.
That's the kind of guy you're really afraid to fight, because you probably are going to end up in the hospital even if you do win.
And I thought, as we both did, much better start. Tyson Jeffries doing what he needed to do. But that is the beauty of mixed martial arts. In just a split second, he did not just knock out Tyson Jeffries. That was a spinning back fist from Hades, my friend.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's hope Jeffries is going to be all right from that. There he does a good job getting out of that front headlock that Jeffries had on him. Setting it up. Here he goes. Look at him talking smack. Boom. He even called it. Here he is walking sideways, turning sideways, steps through with the lead leg, and lands it.
I know Canadian fighter John McDessie scored a spinning back fist KO on Kyle Watson at the UFC show in Toronto, but this one, because of this, look at him, he's trash talking him and then right on the proverbial button.
You know, that's where it's important to be a well-rounded fighter. Guys that have trained in karate, I got to be honest with you, are going to see that coming. Watch the lead leg step. You already know the spin's coming, whether it's a kick or a back fist. You see it coming. Jeffries, I don't think he's done a whole lot of karate. Didn't recognize it.
So, Guseinov joining the likes of Shoni Carter against Matt Serra. We talked about John McDessie, but that thing was purely a work of art. That was beautiful.
That was brutal.
In this sport, beautiful is brutal, right?
Yes, sir.
But nice to see Tyson Jeffries back up on his feet. Obviously, safety is paramount, but for Artur Guseinov, that is the way to snap a two-fight losing streak. Here we are singing the praises of his kicks. Well, we got to worry about his fists as well.
Yeah, definitely. Spinning back fists, spinning back kicks. This kid throws all kinds of stuff at people. The kitchen sink. It's coming at you no matter what. You've got to stay close to those guys or way the heck away from them.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the time of 1 minute 32 seconds in round number one, he is the winner by way of knockout, Artur Guseinov.
Guseinov. Steve Bash going to be the interpreter. Steve, first of all, congratulations on what was, without a doubt, one of the most memorable KOs that I've witnessed in a long time. Ask him if that was by design or he just saw the moment and took it.
Это был прекрасный нокаут. Как ты собирался? Ты планировал так закончить бой?
Да, готовился к этому.
Yes, I trained for that. I was prepared for that.
So what about the future? Here's a guy that we've talked about. He loves the kicks. He obviously loves to put on a show. What's next for Mr. Guseinov here in M1 Challenge?
Что ты скажешь в отношении твое будущее? Что ты собираешься сделать в будущем в карьере? Ты любишь с ногами, с руками драться?
С М1 Женя Кобан есть такой у нас, который помогает нам, привез сюда нас. Будем с ними только работать, больше ни с кем.
We're going to work with M1. There's Yevgeny Kogan, who's been helping us a lot, getting us great fights. We're going to keep working with M1 and nobody else.
Ladies and gentlemen, without a doubt, one of the more scintillating KOs you will see in MMA with the spinning back fist. Artur Guseinov records the win here tonight. All right, here's a look at more MMA coming up here on Showtime.